welcome back to Mama's Favorites. I'm Tony.
And I'm Amy.
And I'm Jim.
We have a special guest, Jim, with us here today. And we are going to make the famous Jim's Fudge today. And
It's a special treat for all of us when we know the holidays are coming because Jim's Fudge is the showstopper of our meals.
yes, it's the best. The very best.
All right, before we get started, Jim's going to let us know what we need to make the fudge.
Yeah.
Now,
We got all the ingredients so far. Jet puffed marshmallow, condensed milk, small can, sugar, butter, stick and a half, and that's pretty much it.
And that's it.
And vanilla.
Vanilla.
Forgot the vanilla.
Now, you make two kinds of fudge. He makes peanut butter and chocolate. So, if you, whatever kind of fudge you want, you'll have to have, peanut butter or chocolate as well.
Alright.
Okay, so we're about to make some peanut butter fudge. And I'm going to let Jim walk us through all the steps and showing us how to do it.
Okey-dokey. First, we melt the butter in the pan.
And we use a thick pan because as Jim was telling me, fudge likes to scorch and nobody likes scorched fudge.
Nope.
So you want a thick pan.
Aluminum preferred.
And this is a stick and a half of butter
Stick and a half. The recipe is on the
on the back of the fantasy fudge is what we're making.
I don't follow it completely, but I'm pretty close to the original recipe. My hands are clean, I just washed them. We start out with the butter. So, you add the cream and it says shake well, which you shake well. It
And this
does
is just a
separate.
small can of condensed milk, of
Or
evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk. Shake well.
Sorry.
We put the liquid parts in first.
How high do you cook the oven, Jim?
Oh yeah, huh?
The stove.
Medium, probably. It's on a 4. I don't know what that would be.
Okay.
Not too high. All you do is bring. Well, actually, it's higher now. I usually put it on 6. Bring it to a boil. Is what you do.
Oh, you know
Not
what?
a rolling boil, but a boil.
I think there is a piece of paper in here. Let me wash my hands real quick and just double check. I think it's on the bottom of the butter. The long stick.
Yep.
This is what makes it fun, folks.
Yep. Mistakes. Okay.
Let me get out of your way.
Now, this goes in last.
Okay.
And that sugar goes in. 3 cups of sugar.
3 cups of sugar. Here, you want me to pour that?
No, I just did it.
Okay.
And this has got a line in it. Where the cup is. And we get full 3 cups. 1. 2. 3. And you start stirring. Like I said, put it on a little bit higher. You want it to melt the butter and the milk and the sugar all together. So you just don't want to leave it. You want to stir it constantly.
Right.
You rotate how you stir it. Left and right. Right and left, up and down. Circle. You always stir. Always stir. Once you start stirring, you don't stop until it's done.
And now, what if you melted the butter then put the stuff in, or does that matter?
I've never done that. I've just always done it this way.
Okay.
Because the butter helps get the sugar and everything separated. It
Right.
sticks. you know.
Right.
So how long does it normally take, roughly? Roughly.
It's called 5-minute fudge, but it usually takes about a half an hour to 45 minutes.
Total cooking time, or is that cooking and settling?
Beginning to end.
Okay.
And Jim likes to pour these into these little containers to set, and then you can cut them up and get your little pieces of fudge.
It's easy to transport them that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Jim, when did you start making this fudge?
It's been so long I don't remember. I've been making it for 20 years. I know it.
Yeah.
At least since I've known your mother.
What got you started on it?
I like fudge.
Just like fudge.
I like to cook things I like to eat.
Right. Right.
The spaghetti, I cook it because I like to eat spaghetti.
Yeah.
And I like fudge, not as much now as I used to.
Well, you are a good cook. we do enjoy some of your meals.
I think the ham's the favorite.
Yeah.
That starts tonight about 11. So it's kind of boring making fudge because you spend so much time
Stirring it.
stirring it. So, waiting on it to come up to temperature, start to boil.
Right.
But it melts pretty fast. It don't take a long time.
Right.
But you do it in steps, like say butter and cream and sugar, melt it together, and it goes from there.
Jim, what would you say is one of your favorite Christmas memories?
That's a good question. I'll have to give that some thought. I don't know. I'd have to think about that quite a bit.
How about, what are some of your favorite memories of Mom?
That's even harder.
Or maybe some of your funny memories of Mom.
Well, one memory of her that's it's not always, not just a memory, but it happens quite frequently, is her driving.
Oh.
Still driving a bus.
Oh, yeah. She used to be a school bus driver.
She's a lot of fun to be around. I enjoy her company. We get along really well, I think. She's good to me, and I try to be good to her.
Yeah. She's big on saying, make memories, make memories.
Make memories. Yep.
So
She tells me that all the time.
we're trying to, that's what we're trying to do. We're making memories here for her.
She'll enjoy this, I'm sure.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will.
It's all melted together. Now we got to wait on it to boil.
Okay.
You can't put it up too high because if you get too hot, it'll have a tendency to scorch.
Right.
See how all the sugar and everything gets around the edge?
Yes.
Well, this will take care of that. When you
Okay.
get this, you put it on there and pull this all down as much as you can.
Right.
So, let's go left and right, up and down, and circle. That gets all around the edge. This gets the middle, pan. It don't have a chance to stay in one place.
Right. Now you're using a wooden spoon to stir that. Does it matter what you use, or do you always use that little wooden spoon?
See how that's wore down? That's about all I use it for, like fudge.
Right. I have favorite spoons or cooking utensils I use for certain things, so I was curious as to.
That's basically what it's used for. There's several different spoons, but this is
Yeah.
old. It's ancient. My favorite spoon.
Yeah.
And it works well. It's got the right length of handle and everything. You don't get burnt.
Right.
Jim, what would you say is your favorite meal that Mom makes?
Pork chops.
Pork chops.
Those are good ones. I
They're,
thought he was going to say lasagna. I'm just kidding. I know he said lasagna.
her pork chops are one of a kind, I have to say. They are And I tell her all the time that's one of the best meals I've ever eaten, and she says, yeah, I hear that all the time. I said, well, that's true. It is true. I don't
They are
lie to her.
good. Yeah, they are good.
She does really good work on that, and her chicken. I like her chicken real well. Not anything she fixes I like. But she don't fix enough.
Yeah. She cooks her pork chops in the pressure cooker.
Yep. Tender
And they do. They come out so tender.
and
They are
tasty.
Yeah.
Really tasty. The best I've ever eaten.
What has been one of your most favorite road trips that you've taken with her?
Anytime we go to the car show,
Car shows.
we get to spend time together and enjoy the sights and enjoy the car show. And usually when we're on the way back, we're too tired to argue or anything. Because we've had so much fun at the car show.
That's a good
Yeah.
plan.
Any trip I take with her, I enjoy it.
You guys have done some fun trips. Been out west a couple times and
Yeah, we've been out
seen
several
the
times.
lots. Yeah.
She's taken me places I've never been before. I've never been to California. She's taken me there twice. Taken me out to see you.
Yeah.
We've been pretty much everywhere. Texas. Haven't been to Florida. She wants to go to Florida. We've never been there yet. Don't know if that'll ever happen.
Right.
We're coming pretty close to temperature.
Yeah, it is. Let's see.
It stir constantly.
Okay, now our fudge is starting to boil. If you want to take a good look at it here. And it's at a good boil. So how long do we want it to boil for, Jim?
We want it to boil for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Exactly. Now, the peanut butter fudge will be different than the chocolate fudge because peanut butter has oil in it.
Right.
The oil will come to the top of the fudge,
Okay.
and you know that you've eaten the fudge that it's not hard like the chocolate. It's more creamy and soft, but it's edible.
Right.
So, and we keep it at a boil for 5 minutes. And as soon as it's had its 5 minutes, we take it off the stove, and I need to move this one. It's not heat resistant. I'm going to move that over somewhere. Left and right, up and down, around. Keep stirring. Don't want it to sit.
Okay, we're going to let this boil and we'll continue to stir and we'll be back when it's done, when we go to take it off and add the other ingredients. Okay, we're down to just under a minute here. As you can see, the fudge is still boiling. It's like at a soft boil. It's not a real hard rolling boil. We've lowered the temperature just a little bit, just to continue a soft boil. And once our minute is up here, about 30 seconds left, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients, which is going to be our peanut butter, the marshmallow, and the vanilla. So this is the spoon that Jim uses, and it's 2 heaping spoonfuls of peanut butter that he's going to put in this wonderful peanut butter fudge that he makes here, that you'll be able to see here in just a minute. It's a lot of stirring, a lot of arm muscle that you're using to make this fudge, but it is so worth it.
You stay busy.
Yep. I'll let you zoom in there and
Okie
see.
dokie. Now we add the peanut butter. See the oil?
Yeah.
I didn't get exactly all I wanted on that spoon. Take this wooden spoon and pull this peanut butter out.
All right. Now, is there too much? Is there a thing as too much peanut butter?
Yep.
Okay.
Makes it too oily.
Makes it too oily. Okay, that's good to know.
And I don't like a real peanut butter flavored fudge.
Uh-huh.
Then we stir this till it's melted. There's not quite as much peanut butter as there is chocolate.
Okay.
There's 12 ounces of chocolate, and this is a little bit less than that. But you stir it until it is melted, which is 2 or 3 minutes.
And you're gonna put, so if you were making the chocolate fudge, this is where you would add the bag of chocolate chips, right?
Correct.
You just put the whole bag in and stir it up until it's all melted.
Yep.
Okay.
Next is the marshmallow. This is almost done. If you look, you can see the oil on top, how it shines.
Mm-hmm.
The cheaper the peanut butter, the better the fudge, I think, because it's got less. The cheaper peanut butter doesn't have as much oil for some reason. Okay, then we got that done. We put in our marshmallow.
Now, have you used like generic brands of marshmallow, or does that matter?
It matters.
That does matter.
It does matter.
Okay.
This is the best. This is the only
Uh-huh.
marshmallow I will use, simply because it's better
Right.
than the other. The others, I haven't tried it in fudge, but I know what it'll do.
Right. That's good to know too.
In there. Now we stir this, make sure it's blended. Probably took too much time putting that in there.
What do you mean by taking too much time? Does it cool down too quickly?
Yep. Don't melt as quick, and don't blend as well. See, it's got little balls of stuff, but it'll work.
Could you put it back on the stove and not
Nope.
turn the stove on? And
Nope. I never have. I don't put any heat to it after this. After I take it off. You stir
Well,
it a
don't.
little-
Go ahead, Jim.
You stir it a little bit faster when you're doing this to mix it. Don't hurt it. You want it all mixed as well as you can get it put together. You can still see the oil. And you'll see it in the pan. When I put it in the pan, it'll come to the top.
Right. I see how you're saying that it pulls that stuff off the sides of it. The
Yep.
sugar and stuff. I see how it's done that. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's looking good.
Kadoki. See the oil
Yeah.
around the edge?
Uh-huh.
what about the vanilla?
You're right. That made a fatal mistake.
How much vanilla do you add?
1 teaspoon. I'm glad you caught me. That wouldn't have been any good at all.
Really, that vanilla, just that little bit of vanilla, huh?
Yep. Brings up the flavor in. Take it paper towel and clean that mess up you made.
Yeah.
Now, when you add, do you add the vanilla at the same time, or do you do it just like you did? You
Just like
put
I did
peanut
after.
butter in, mix it
That's
up.
the last thing that goes in.
Okay.
This is soft
And then
runny.
usually he gets a little plate out, I know, and put the little spares on the plate, right?
Yep.
That's your special side.
This thing will only hold so much. So whatever it don't hold, I put on a saucer for samples.
You always got to sample your cooks, your food that you cook.
That's right.
See how that is? It's easy to transport.
Man,
You see the oil
yeah.
I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Now when that sets up a little bit, it's already coming to the top. Coming to the top.
So all the oil will rise up to the top.
Not all of it, but some of it.
Some of it, okay.
What do you do with it? You just kind of pat it off with the paper towel, or?
I'll put a paper towel on that here, and as soon as it sets up enough, you can stand it.
You don't want to waste any of this fudge.
No.
That is how good this fudge is.
Now we have to clean everything up for the next batch.
Yeah. Well, Jim, you did a fantastic job. It looks wonderful.
Put this back here so it can cool. When it cools enough, I'll put the paper towel on it to get rid of the oil.
Extra.
How
one.
long do you let it cool before you can actually let it eat it, to cut it and eat it?
We can eat it whenever it's cool enough that it don't run.
Right.
10 or
We-
15 minutes. Probably.
10 or 15 minutes, that's how long it takes to kind of set up enough to eat it. That's good.
See, it's already starting to.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, thank you, Jim, for letting us come to your home and
You're
showing
welcome.
us how to make fudge and making memories for Mom and one of our favorite holiday treats that we like to eat. We are going to continue making the chocolate fudge, but we won't be filming that today. So, again, we just want to thank you for letting us come in and having us to make fudge and having us to be able to help us make these fun videos for Mom and make memories for her. And we just want to thank you for coming out to Mama's Favorites. And we hope that you enjoy these little videos and get a good laugh out of it, Mom. And of course, as always, if there's anything wrong, please let us know. Okay? We love you. And Michael,
We are Mom's favorites.
Bye.
Bye.